Can you tap it? Can you tap? Good. Yes. Sorry. So if you can start from the beginning.
So you asked me about what is Vipassana meditation retreat, right? Of course, as I said, when we talk about meditation or pavana, there's two kinds or two areas. First is a samatha or concentration meditation, and second is vipassana meditation or insight wisdom. Mostly people understand that when you come to meditation retreat, it's called vipassana. Vipassana is meant to gain knowledge, to gain wisdom. But according to meditation, so the purpose of meditation, the purpose of pavana is to liberating the mind. And there's two kinds of attainment or two kinds of liberating. First, liberating the mind by concentration, and the second, liberating the mind by wisdom. But we cannot liberate the mind by using wisdom, by understanding, because our mind is not yet ready enough, not in the proper stage. So we have to start with create power first, concentration. Because the liberating by concentration, we use the power of the mind just to suppress or to cover the defilement or the things that make the mind suffering. But the power of concentration is limited. Once fade away, so then the mind returns to be like the same one, the old. So then the defilement, the problem, the suffering still be there, because we don't take out the root. We just only cut the trunk, the concentration. But we need to do this first. And then once we have power enough, we come to vipassana. It means that we try to attain or achieve or to liberate the mind by using wisdom, to understand the law of nature, to know the things as they really are. And so vipassana meditation retreat is mean the purpose that you come just to equip your mind with wisdom, insight wisdom. Not the knowledge, not the information that you learn from the teacher or from the book, that's only the guideline. But you bring the guideline and start with concentration first, to gain the power to make the mind more calm, more sharp, and use the mind to penetrate, to see, to observe, to contemplate the things in the way that they really are. What is the way they really are? Actually, the way of the law of nature, impermanent, suffering and non-self, anicca, dukkha, anatta. And this already that we said or we taught in the fourth chapter, contemplating the mind, and this vipassana. We learn that we understand all the law of nature, that everything cannot stay forever. Not only understand, not only to know or to recite in memory, but we have to take action. To have to go deep in the mind, to open the mind, to clear the mind, come back to the original mind. The original mind, the Buddha said, the original mind is illuminated. Papassarajittam. The original mind of every human being is already illuminated. But because the way that we grow up, the way that we stay in the world, in the sensation world, and so we caught the nature phenomena. So we have to use concentration to counter to wipe out. And vipassana is now we look through, we penetrate, we explore, go back to the center, to the inner mind, the original mind, and what's all the wisdom here. Because the nature of the mind, the same as the nature of the nature outside, the mother nature. So it's connected. Then vipassana. And so vipassana, I can say that informal. You don't need a posture or special posture or some special object to contemplate with. So vipassana can occur, can accomplish or can attain in any state. But you should have the mind power back up. You might have strong enough, have a strength, equipped with power. So then, before vipassana, you have to train your mind to get concentrated, to get a concentrated mind. But in many meditation retreats, they don't talk much about concentration. It's just a wisdom, vipassana. Right?
But can you explain what is a meditation retreat? Can you explain what is a meditation retreat?
So retreat, sometimes like we step back, right? In the meaning of retreat, so the retreat it means we have to find the space to supportive or conducive place to allow us to work with the mind, because meditation bhavana is mind cultivation, mind development. Our job, our assignment is to develop the mind, work with the mind. And retreat it means you have to find the place or the facility to nurture or to boost up, to make you work it more okay, to support your work, right? So then you cannot do this in the world outside or in daily life. Then you have to come to meditation retreat. Special is some kind of particular setting. It is not like ordinary condition. This setting is set up condition for the people who come to learn and to follow the instruction, to gain the wisdom. So in meditation retreat, cannot expect the place that you come and find happiness, that you this and that, you come just for relax, release. But the condition set up for you to encounter more suffer, to learn about suffering. Because you said happiness and suffering are in the same place. One you understand suffering, you can clear or you can eradicate or you can minimize suffering. So then there's space for happiness. Happiness comes to replace automatically. So you have to find the place that's suffering with suffering, and then you learn just how to take off suffering, and happiness already there, peace and happiness. And this meditation retreat. So during the process, I always say that don't expect happiness in the retreat. Cannot find the happiness. Happiness and peace is like a daily, so come later is consequence in meditation retreat. And we have to spend our life to go against our habit in daily life, against our sensual pleasure life in this life, to have more discipline and this meditation retreat, and how to bring it back in daily life, right? You cannot set a meditation, small meditation retreat in your house, right? You cannot formal sit for the whole day or hours, because you have job, you have duty, you have responsibility, you have some other routine to do. So how to bring meditation but create more mindfulness, more awareness, to make it clear with your purpose of life, to have to like a commitment. You want to change your life in better way, in more safe way, in a more happy way. And for example, you learn that you can calm down the mind by calming the body. So you should find some time, so then you spend the time to delete the monkey mind by sit still, calming down the body and then calming down the mind, and use the meditation object that you already have is our breath. And now not breathing just for stay alive, but breathing to nurture your spiritual life. Breathing like this. So in daily life, of course, apart from your daily routine, so better to find a time, special time. For my advice, the best time is the first thing you do in the morning. So then you have to adjust your time, wake up a bit earlier, so then you have more time for sitting, for rinsing, for shower the mind, for clear the mind, to be more mindfulness, to be in the present moment. And after that, during the day, so you can use some walk, like a walking meditation, walk with more concentration, but not break the stroke or walk slowly. It's quite strange or weird if you walk very slow in the town, in the crowd, but you know when you lift your foot, when you touch this meditation, as walking meditation, instead that you use elevator, you just walk up on the stair, exercise and meditation. And during the days while you work, if you feel that you feel tense, you feel pressure, or you want just to take a rest, instead that you go to find something else, just find a corner to sit, come back to it. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or at least 10 minutes, to calm down body and mind, to bring your mind back in the present moment, to clear all unwanted things, and to get ready for the next thing that's coming, and consume simple life. You learn, you have some example in the retreat. Very, very simple life that you can stay and no more problems. But what you gain from simple life, you feel more, your life is more light. Your life more slow. You start to be fulfilled or to be content with the small things. You start to listen to yourself more. You start to be patient, not have some reaction or responding. Because in retreat is silence. Okay? Even you want to react, you cannot. And so you have time to rethink again, to recall. Oh, sometimes it's not necessary to talk or to react. And then you go back in daily life. Instead that, so mostly when the people communicate, so they talk with us or do something with us, so we rapidly react by our own habit, right? But for meditation retreat, we know to slow down, take a deep breath before reaction, and so reaction may change in more positive way because we have more awareness, more mindfulness, and we learn about the right path, do the right things. We have more time, even a little, some minute, to regain what you learn, like this. And little by little, you live your life in more safe way, in more easy way, and you create some kind of a healthy connection, healthy relationship. Because people know that they observe that you have no harm. You not hurt or harm others. You have more careful. You have more concern, and so you society or connection. And you consume the simple things and less material that you learn from retreat. So then you have more that access or you have something left, and so you can contribute, you can donate, you can give others. You can cut out some activity that actually not necessary. For example, hang out and go to chit and chat and everything. But anyway, we still in the society. Sometimes we have a social activity. Just do it, but with the way, not too much, not overhead, and know the purpose. Because now you have another a better purpose. For example, you put meditation in your daily life. So then you have to set the time for sitting. For example, one time in the morning and the last time before you eat. So you engage that you have to come back to sitting because you commit yourself. Then you better not to go outing or go outside late because you have some other thing to do. And your life is less complicated. This to bring in the daily life. No need to show to make people know that I'm a meditator. Don't disturb me. Don't do this, do that. I don't like this and that. And you start to be like prejudice. You start to be discrimination, and you start that it seems that you cannot stay in society. No more stay in society. But meditation retreat is to train you to reintegrate, to go back to society in a better aspect, in a better way. The same society, the same people or the same thing that you connect with, but the new method, the new aspect. Change from yourself. You cannot change outside. Change from yourself.
So can you describe what you do during the meditation retreat? How it is? It's silent, it's you just meditate, you just eat, you do one show.
The schedule?
Yeah, just to tell me the schedule and to say that it is a silence. And
okay. Because a silence is the doorway of wisdom, and so it's the most important in meditation retreat to ask people participants to keep silence. Actually, keep silent. I prefer to maintain the silence. You cannot keep the thing that you don't have, right? Because silence is everywhere. It's silence already, but because people break the silence. So I ask people not to break the silence, maintain the silence, like this. And so the benefit is people will hear more, listen more, what the inner talk, what the inner side, and know what the way. Have a simple life. The simple life is consume less material, and just only I have a basic requirement. So then 2 meals a day. This is not the way that you think that is strict too much. But actually, we know not necessary to eat a lot, because in meditation retreat we don't spend our energy far too much, right? And it's good when you consume less. So then it's good for the body to clear. Clear is all we call detoxification. So in meditation retreat, you can have body detox and the mind detox, right? Especially in my retreat, it's a monastic setting. So many rules is set up from the monastic rules, the code of conduct. For example, separate the gender, men and female. Don't talk, don't touch, okay, and less food. And it's good that when you have less food, so your body is light, your mind is more clear, and it's good for focus and meditate. And disconnect the world outside. So that's why I ask you to keep your mobile phone and all kind of electronic device. Because when you connect with the outside, a lot lot of information, overwhelming information that only stir up your mind, make your mind stray and shaking. And against the purpose of meditation, meditation is calming the mind, so then we have to cut off unnecessary things that can be distracted or disturb the mind state. Make it simple. Disconnect with the world outside for one forever. Because now today people become a slave of a social media, right? And a lot of problems happen from the social media, and never ever come to look to take care of our body and mind. And so have to ask you disconnect, have to stay with yourself and don't think too much. Because if you just thinking and this you create the mind, proliferate the mind, stir up the mind in unnecessary way. Just follow. Because all law and regulation in the retreat, we create or we set up with a particular purpose. Of course, you may not understand because it's some rules against of your normal routine, but this benefit for you all.
So what is the schedule?
The schedule, get up early.
Schedule and how long it?
Yes. So get up early from 4 o'clock until 9 p.m. Actually it's not long because there's a long break, right? From 4 o'clock you wake up and we start the first session at 4:30 for sitting and for to gain some wisdom, and after that we allow you to do some exercise for stretching, for release tension or pressure from sitting long period or something, and then breakfast, a simple breakfast, and do some short or the job that you can help the community to clean up or to make it tidy. And this will practice as well, because we work in silence. We work and we train awareness and mindfulness. And after that, the morning session starts with a Dharma talk or instruction or information, and then practice meditation is the formal sitting or a formal walking, meditation postures that we instruct on the first day. So actually nothing you have to do much in meditation retreat. So wake up, sitting, walking, eating, listening, that's all. Sleeping. So simple, don't make it complicated. Make your life become minimal life. But in minimal, you gain a maximum profit.
And how long is the meditation retreat?
There's different. Some 7 days, the duration, right? 7-day retreat and 10-day retreat. In Suonmo is 10-day meditation retreat. But some is 7 retreat, 7 days. But at least it should not less than 7 days. Why? Because the first 3 or 4 days, you have to adjust your condition for the new setting, right? And you have to struggle a lot. You have to fight with your own life and dislike and anything, and your mind cannot calm. And the first 4 days is quite challenging. And after that, day 4, day 5, your mind starts calm down, so your body and mind start to get familiar, get used with the new routine, and no more difficult. So you can put your effort directly to the practicing. So then you need another 3 or 4 days to go in the process of meditation. And so then it should not less than 7 days. Otherwise, some now we have weekend retreat. That was for what you gain. From you come the first day, everything was new. You feel get lost, you feel struggling, and the second day you started to adjust your condition, and then the next day you like nothing. So 7 days should be 7 days. You have to learn from suffering first, and 10 days because in 10 days is for foreigners, because you have to adjust the new setting, even the language or anything, and 7 days may not enough because the term of adjustment is longer than local people or domestic, or even the one who get used in this kind of training, for example for Buddhists, right? And so 7 days, and the day 7, participants may gain some the level of concentration, but it seems that they think that they need more time, that they can go higher, or they can spend the time for more recollection. So then we have another 3 days until 10 days. It's quite, I think for this is the pattern, a regular pattern. But for monastic setting, there are 3 months retreat. For monastic, for monks and nuns. Of course, 3 months. And now, right here, I'm spend 3 months retreat. Practice within 3 months.
In silence.
Hmm?
In silence for 3 months.
I'm not allowed to go out. I have to stay in the temple, in the place. Have to do some like an extra activity for practice that we call the retreat. Cannot silence because the place we have to connect with the lay people or the supporter. But we try just to minimize the conversation. Just talk or say just when in need or necessary.
I have one question. If you don't mind, it was just what is Dharma? If you can give a brief definition of Dharma, because when I think
Dhamma or Dharma, right? In Bali we call Dhamma, D-H-A-M-M-A. But in Westerner they know in Dharma, D-H-A-R-M-A. For general translation, they said the teaching of the Buddha. But actually the meaning is more profound, more pacified than not only the Buddha teaching. The Buddha teach about the natural phenomena, but come from the Buddha, so then they said the Buddha teaching. But actually Dhamma or Dhamma, it means it's all about nature phenomena, the law of nature, the wisdom that came from the nature, the wisdom that you cannot find in the class from the books, but you discover from yourself, this Dhamma. And so everything can be Dhamma if we perceive it in the right way. It's clear?
yes, it's clear.
I think people is waiting to come up.
Oh.
There's a sick properly.
Okay.
It's okay?
Yes.
You want me to say something before
I had just the last question, like what was your life before being a monk? Maybe it's too long.
It's the case you supported.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you for interviewing me. Thank you to give the opportunity for me just to share what the Buddha teach, what the wisdom in our tradition. And I hope that you can gain some benefit, less or more, from my talking. And thank you again. Namaste. no gong. Okay, now.